Is that good? Okay, great. Well, okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to say a quick few words just to welcome you here to this conference today on behalf of Cantab Capital. Many of you will know I'm one of the CIOs at Cantab, sponsors of the Institute here, part of GAM Systematic. It looks like a great schedule today here at the conference. You know, it's great to see how well the Institute is doing. We're sort of 2 years in now, and we just did a head count, and we're up to 18 students. We've also got 8 full-time members of staff, and many affiliated members also. So it really is growing very strongly, and that's great to see, and long may it continue. We've also, by the way, things continue to go well at Cantab. We have a big research team there as well as many of you will know, and that also continues to grow strongly. So you will see a few new unfamiliar faces even here today, some of our new researchers. So please do say hello to people that you haven't met before through the day. So just turning to the topic of the conference today, machine learning. It's obviously a fascinating, dynamic and evolving area. Lots of interesting stuff going on. You know, they're just going through the topics today, things like deep learning, segmentation, unsupervised learning. All these things are fascinating new areas in statistics. You know, and you know, they're all techniques which have sort of given rise to interesting breakthroughs. The things that you read in the newspapers about things like AlphaGo and, you know, driverless cars and all those things that we're all familiar with. So, you know, really interesting area to be working in. And so it should be a great day as far as that goes. At Cantab, of course, we're doing a lot of machine learning ourselves. We're a systematic investment firm, so algorithms for investment. So there's an awful lot of machine learning going on at our place too. You'll hear about a little bit of that today. So Janice and Milish sat over there. We'll be talking about some of the work that we're doing on natural language processing and using news, ultimately, of course, with the view of using that for investment decisions. They'll also be joined, by the way, by Derek Driggs, who's one of the students here, and who came in to do a project at Cantab and did some really interesting work there on you know, applying recurrent neural networks and LSTMs to that problem. So, you know, just another great example of a sort of interaction between the Institute and Cantab as well. So that should be good. Aside from that, I think just maybe touch really briefly on the topic, the mathematics of machine learning. You know, that's a very important thing with these new techniques. I think just sort of trying to get some intuition and trying to build some structure on these new techniques, many of which are obviously data-driven and computing power-driven. That's a really important thing. In our particular application, many of the things that we look at have a lot of noise, very low signal-to-noise ratio, and so, you know, it's important in those applications to try and build up some intuition, to try and understand how the information is flowing through the maths. And so I think mathematics of machine learning is a very timely topic for a conference as far as we're concerned. That's probably all I want to say. Maybe, I don't know, one other thing. So I just wanted to touch on one other thing, just because I think it's worth mentioning, just on the ethical side of things. So obviously, with all these very powerful techniques for extracting information from data, you know, that's not always been a great thing this year. So, you know, we've seen, for example, with Cambridge Analytica, you know, a sort of instance of you know, something that could be used to influence healthcare policy and you know, influence people's health choices being applied to, you know, influencing people's votes in a national election. So that's a sort of timely reminder of, you know, the sort of dangers and the need for us to think carefully about the things that we do when we work in this area. And you know, and Stephen Hawking himself was a big supporter of this institute, and obviously sadly passed away this year. But he was also somebody that warned often about the sort of darker side of AI, and I think that's something that's also important to keep in mind. That being said, I don't want to end on a dampener. So, you know, the fact that you can take some technique in some application and apply it to something completely different, that's also a fantastic thing. That's a very powerful thing. So hopefully, you know, that's something that you may see here today. You may, as well as having a very interesting and stimulating day, also see something that might directly apply to some of the work that you're doing as well. I hope that you do. That's all from me. So thank you very much and enjoy the day.
Thanks a lot, Matt. Also welcome from my side. I'm Carola Schönlieb. I'm the director of the Cantab Capital Institute for the Mathematics of Information. And before we start, I don't want to say a lot, but before we start, who of you is kind of new to the Institute? Okay, a couple. So just to very briefly tell you, so Matt has touched upon this already. The Institute was founded in 2016 out of a very generous donation from Cantab Capital Partners. And it's embedded in the Faculty of Mathematics. It really embraces all kinds of mathematical areas, people who are interested in solving big data questions. And so it really ranges from theoretical development to methodology to actually having an impact in applications. And so this topic, mathematics of machine learning, is topical for the Institute. It's very topical for the Institute, but it's also very topical worldwide, where machine learning is used all over the place. And I think Matt has also reminded us of the fact that really having guarantees and criteria on the methodologies that we are using is crucial in order, you know, for driverless cars not to drive off a cliff because they're using a deep neural network to make decisions. So I really look forward to this day, and I would like to thank the people who put together the program, who helped organizing this event today. So first of all, our two Cantab lecturers, Cantab and Hamza Fafsi, who are responsible for the scientific program. And then Rachel Ferner, who is over there, who is the coordinator of the Institute, really the heart of what we're doing. And the Turing Gateway to Mathematics, in particular Jane Leeks, Lucy Hope, and Claire Merritt, who have helped organizing, you know, the Buffet and all the things that you will hopefully enjoy today. So thank you very much for coming. Thanks a lot already to the speakers who will contribute to this interesting program today. And I think without further ado, I'll hand over to Cantab, who will chair the first session. Thank you.